Leo, August 25th carries a powerful message for you, especially when it comes to hidden truths, unanswered questions, and situations where you may have felt that someone was not being completely honest with you. Something that has been kept in the shadows may finally begin to come into the light. You may start seeing a situation from a completely different perspective, as if the pieces of a puzzle that never made sense before are finally falling into place. What was hidden behind confusion, mixed signals, silence, or false appearances can become much easier for you to recognize. The energy surrounding August 25th is strongly connected with the numbers 111, 222, 333, 444, 555, 777, and 1212. If you happen to notice these numbers repeatedly around this time, you can simply take them as meaningful personal reminders to pause and pay attention to what is happening in your life. The central message is about clarity, balance, change, stronger foundations, and moving forward instead of remaining trapped in old confusion. Leo, there may have been someone in your life whose behavior never completely matched their words. You may have given this person the benefit of the doubt because you naturally wanted to see the good in them. You may have told yourself that perhaps you misunderstood them or that there had to be another explanation for their behavior. But August 25th encourages you to stop ignoring the patterns that you have already noticed. Your intuition may have been telling you something for a long time, and now circumstances may help you understand why you felt that way. This person could be someone from your family, your social circle, your workplace, or someone you once trusted deeply. You may have already distanced yourself from them, or you may still have some form of contact. The important thing is not to automatically assume the worst about anyone. Instead, pay attention to what people actually do. Actions reveal much more than appearances, and August 25th is about recognizing the difference between genuine support and behavior that only looks supportive on the surface. There may also be someone who smiled at you while secretly comparing themselves to you. They may have praised you publicly but behaved differently when you were not around. They could have felt threatened by your confidence, your creativity, your progress, or simply by the way you naturally express yourself. Sometimes people compare themselves to others without admitting it, and that comparison can create resentment. You may have sensed that someone was competing with you even though they never openly said so. If you experience something like this, August 25th is not asking you to fight back. It is asking you to recognize the situation and protect your peace. You do not have to expose everyone. You do not have to prove everything. You do not have to convince people of your value. Your value does not depend on whether another person recognizes it. There is also a strong theme of something from the past becoming easier to understand. You may suddenly remember an old situation and realize that the signs were there all along. A conversation, a strange reaction, a decision someone made, or something that happened behind the scenes may finally make sense. It can feel like a light is shining through broken glass, revealing something that was previously difficult to see clearly. Some of you may also recognize that someone tried to make you doubt yourself. Perhaps they criticized your ideas, dismissed your feelings, made you feel insignificant, or constantly questioned your decisions. Their behavior may have caused you to underestimate yourself for a while, but they did not actually remove your abilities. They only made you question them. That distinction is important. Your confidence may have been challenged, but your potential was never taken away. Your light may have been covered for a moment, but it was never extinguished. August 25th can therefore become a reminder that you do not need permission to recognize your own strengths. You do not need another person to tell you that you are capable before you believe it yourself. There is also a financial theme connected to this message. Someone around you may have been less transparent than they should have been about money, spending, debt, savings, purchases, or financial decisions. This does not necessarily mean that something dramatic is happening on August 25th, but it suggests that financial honesty and responsibility deserve more attention. You may discover that someone spent money without explaining it, made a financial decision without discussing it, or kept certain information from you. In another situation, you may simply realize that you should be more careful about who you trust with financial matters. The message here is not to become suspicious of everyone. It is to use good judgment and make decisions based on clear information rather than assumptions. There may also be something connected with work, creativity, or ideas. Perhaps you once had an idea that someone else later presented as if it belonged to them. Perhaps someone copied your approach, repeated your words, or tried to imitate what you were doing. If that happened, remember that imitation does not erase the originality of the person who created something first. You do not need to spend your energy proving who came first. Keep building, keep improving, keep creating. Your consistency will speak louder than someone else's attempt to copy you. August 25th may also bring a different kind of realization involving relationships. There could have been someone from your past who did not express their true feelings honestly. They may have acted as though they did not care, even though their feelings were stronger than they admitted. They may have hidden their emotions because of fear, insecurity, pride, or uncertainty. For some of you, this may explain why a past relationship felt confusing. Someone may have cared more than they showed, while another person may have shown affection without being completely genuine. The lesson is not necessarily about bringing someone from the past back into your life. The deeper lesson is understanding what happened and no longer allowing unanswered questions to control your present. Sometimes closure does not come from another person explaining everything. Sometimes closure comes from finally understanding yourself. August 25th can help you recognize that you have already survived situations that once seemed overwhelming. People may have disappointed you. Some may have lied. Some may have misunderstood you. Some may have competed with you. Some may have failed to appreciate you. But none of those things determine your future. The number 111 is connected here with new beginnings and clearing a path for something fresh. It represents the possibility of leaving an old pattern behind and choosing a different direction. The number 222 represents balance and harmony. It reminds you that you do not need to react to everything immediately. You can step back, observe, and make decisions when your emotions are calmer. The number 333 represents greater awareness and bringing things into the light. It can remind you to trust your ability to recognize what feels genuine and what does not. The number 444 represents stronger foundations. After experiencing uncertainty, you may begin rebuilding your life around things that are more stable, honest, and dependable. The number 555 represents change. It can symbolize a shift away from an old pattern and toward a new chapter. The number 777 is associated with truth, positive developments, good fortune, and a sense that you are moving in a more meaningful direction. And 1212 represents a new stage, a transition into something different, and the opportunity to celebrate the person you are becoming. Together, these numbers point toward one central message. You are not meant to remain trapped inside the same old cycle. There may have been people who tried to control the way you saw yourself. There may have been people who wanted you to doubt your abilities. There may have been people who wanted you to remain emotionally tied to old situations. But August 25th encourages you to step outside of that pattern. You are allowed to move forward. You are allowed to change your boundaries. You are allowed to stop explaining yourself. You are allowed to distance yourself from relationships that consistently leave you feeling drained or confused. And you are allowed to choose peace without feeling guilty about it. There is a powerful image connected with this message. One door closing behind you, while another door opens ahead of you. The closed door represents old drama, jealousy, comparisons, dishonesty, confusion, and relationships that no longer belong in your next chapter. The open door represents clarity, growth, stronger boundaries, and a future where you are less concerned with proving yourself to other people. Leo, if someone from your past has been occupying too much space in your thoughts, August 25th is a reminder that their behavior does not need to control your emotional world anymore. You can acknowledge what happened without allowing it to define you. You can say to yourself that it happened, you learned from it, and now you are moving forward. That is real freedom. You do not need to keep analyzing every detail of the past forever. Sometimes we examine old situations so many times that we forget they are already over. Even when something is still happening in the present, you can choose to respond with awareness instead of allowing it to consume your peace. Your mission, your goals, your creativity, your future, and the people who genuinely care about you are much more important than someone else's hidden resentment. Let other people deal with their own choices. Let them carry the consequences of their own behavior. You do not need to carry them for them. If someone has been dishonest, the truth will eventually become clearer through their actions. If someone has been pretending, consistency will eventually reveal the difference. If someone genuinely cares about you, their behavior will usually reflect that care. This is why August 25th is less about revenge and more about recognition. You are not being asked to destroy anyone's reputation. You are not being asked to confront everyone. You are being reminded to see clearly. And once you see clearly, you can choose wisely. There is also a strong message about rebuilding your foundation. If something in your life has felt unstable, this is a chance to begin strengthening it. Your routines, your goals, your relationships, your finances, your personal boundaries, and your confidence can all become more stable when you stop giving unnecessary attention to people who constantly create confusion. You may realize that peace is not boring. Peace is powerful. Not every situation deserves a reaction. Not every accusation deserves an explanation. Not every person deserves access to your private thoughts. Not every relationship needs to continue simply because it has existed for a long time. August 25th can therefore represent a turning point in the way you decide who receives your trust. You may become more selective, but that does not mean you become cold. It means you become wiser. You can remain kind while maintaining boundaries. You can forgive without giving someone unlimited access to you. You can wish someone well without allowing them back into the same position in your life. You can understand why someone behaved a certain way without accepting the behavior itself. And you can move forward without carrying resentment. Leo, if something has recently felt strange, do not immediately panic. Observe. Give yourself time. Look at the facts. Notice patterns. Let the truth reveal itself naturally rather than forcing an answer. The most powerful transformation may happen inside you. You may stop asking why someone did what they did and start asking what you want to do next. You may stop wondering whether someone recognizes your value and start recognizing it yourself. You may stop competing with people who were never truly on the same path as you. You may stop trying to prove that you deserve respect and start choosing environments where respect is already present. That is the new chapter. August 25th is not about being consumed by secrets. It is about becoming strong enough that secrets no longer control you. If you repeatedly notice 111, 222, 333, 444, 555, 777, or 1212 around this period, use those numbers as simple reminders to stay aware, balanced, and focused on your own direction. And if someone from the past suddenly reveals something, if a hidden detail becomes obvious, or if you finally understand why a particular situation happened, do not allow the revelation to pull you backward. Take the information, learn from it, protect yourself where necessary, and keep moving. Because the most important truth is not what someone else was hiding. The most important truth is that you are no longer the same person who tolerated the confusion. You have learned. You have grown. You recognize patterns more quickly. You understand your boundaries more clearly. And you are becoming much more comfortable trusting your own judgment. Leo, whatever has been hidden cannot remain hidden forever when reality begins revealing itself through actions and circumstances. You do not have to chase the truth. You do not have to force it. Let it come to you. The past may have contained disappointment, false appearances, competition, jealousy, misunderstandings, and people who did not treat you with the honesty you deserved. But your future does not have to repeat any of it. The old door can close, the new door can open, and this time you walk through it with greater awareness. You are not defined by the people who underestimated you. You are not defined by the people who misunderstood you. You are not defined by the people who tried to make you feel small. You are defined by what you choose to become after everything you have learned. So as August 25th arrives, remember this. You do not need to fight darkness to prove that you carry light. You simply need to keep moving toward what is genuine, healthy, peaceful, and meaningful for you. The truth may reveal itself. People may show their real intentions. Old situations may finally make sense. But your greatest victory is not watching someone else face consequences. Your greatest victory is realizing that their choices no longer have the power to determine your peace. The chapter of confusion is ending. The chapter of clarity is beginning. And as you step forward, leave behind what no longer belongs with you. Your light does not become brighter because someone else becomes darker. It becomes brighter because you finally stop allowing other people's behavior to determine how brightly you are allowed to shine. August 25th is your reminder to choose clarity over confusion, peace over unnecessary drama, boundaries over guilt, and your future over your past. What was hidden can be revealed. What was broken can be rebuilt. What was confusing can become clear. And what once held you back does not have to follow you into your next chapter.